So lately we've been covering a lot of retro gaming solutions here on the channel, whether it's retro gaming plug and plays, handhelds, or retro gaming hard drives. You don't want to set up some emulators and download a bunch of ROMs that take you forever. Just buy one of these systems and plug it into your computer and simply play the games. I've checked out some different hard drives of varying price points, but this new one is absolutely running a LaunchBox version on the system, which is a very easy plug and play solution. It's pretty easy to add additional stuff. If you see a console on here and you're like, well, where's the Sega Genesis, for instance? I was kind of surprised there was no Sega Genesis on here, but there isn't Sega Genesis on here, but there's Super Nintendo on here. But should you want to add something to it, the interface is very easy to use. You can see here there's a bunch of different options that you could do. Basically, get rid of a couple disc-based games and you'll have enough room for, I mean, whatever the hell you want. I guess you would want some Sega Genesis on here. Let's take a look at the games available on here, though. We're going to start things out with the 3DO system, and pretty much what I'd expect it to be on here is on here, including these weird freaking games. One game that I did notice that was missing was Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo, which in my opinion is the best 3DO game that there is. But hey, I guess you can't win them all, but it has a decent enough library of stuff. I was a fan of Slam and Jam. I love those big chunky sprites and the way it would sort of rotate and stuff like that. So 3DO, pretty decent. You got PlayStation 1, of course, there's a ton of games that you'll want to check out on here. All the Final Fantasies, the Gran Turismo stuff, like so many classic games, so many quote-unquote hidden gems as well. Metal Gear Solid, Parasite Eve, Resident Evil Director's Cut. So you don't have Resident Evil 1, you just have the Resident Evil Director's Cut, which is the best version of Resident Evil 1, 2, 3, Survivor. So like I said, your Silent Hills are on here as well. You're going to get what you want to get out of PlayStation 1. Even Toomba is on here. Shout outs to MVG and the Carbon Engine for bringing Toomba back. Taking a look at the PlayStation 2 lineup of games, once again, very stellar. You're got your Devil May Cries, you've got your Dragon Quest, got your Final Fantasy games, of course. You might notice that God of War is actually not on here, but we'll address God of War in just a moment. Guitar Hero, I don't even know how the hell you would play Guitar Hero on this. So yeah, this hard drive is crazy. I absolutely love it because now I have this hard drive that will allow me to check any mini PC that I get in terms of quality, in terms of what it can do, not only with retro games, but with more sort of modern stuff. So I absolutely love that aspect of it. I love the differentiating games on here as well. I do feel like it is a bit of a missed opportunity to not have any Sega Genesis stuff, really. Like, it seems like they just kind of pretended the Sega Genesis didn't exist, which is kind of a shame, but you could always just remove a game or two of the higher end stuff and put a full Genesis library in there and be done with it, because it is LaunchBox. It's very easy to navigate, very easy to choose your games, and everything that I tried out worked great. So I love this hard drive.